Morning. This is our second day in our couch to 5K. Hopefully you woke up this morning and exclaimed Jesus' name, made the sign of the cross, thought of him first thing. It's our first step. Before I go any further, I just want to remind everyone, today's a Friday in Lent, so join us in abstaining from meat. Offer that sacrifice up for the salvation of souls. At first, when this whole debacle started, I thought, man, maybe it would be a good idea to raise this, to lift this penance of abstaining from meat on Friday. Maybe that'd be a good idea for the bishops because it's going to be hard to find food. The funny thing is, though, you can find all the fish you want at the store. Can't find meat, can't find pork, can't find beef or chicken, but you can find a lot of fish. So it is a good penance, and it's a good way for us to unite in a cause. So just a reminder on that. But the second day of Couch to 5K, so we've made our sign of the cross. We've got our minds, focused toward Christ, at least pointed in that direction. It's amazing how much a simple thought will do that. But what's the second step? I would say the second step is the beginning of something that's very difficult. Every time that I start an exercise program again, which obviously is not that often, but when I do start it up again, even if it's just something like walking, I always find the second and the third, maybe even the fourth day to be the most difficult. Because I'm having to change my entire routine, having to alter my lifestyle. So it's not just a physical thing, it's also a mental thing, and breaking habits and changing your entire life so that you can make this effective. It is exactly the same way with prayer. We have to alter our life. And so your first few days are going to be tough because you're altering the way that you function. Maybe functioning very little with Christ in your life or none at all, leaving him completely out. So it is going to be tough. And one of the toughest things about it is that we have to start giving Christ our time. Those four letters put together in the way that they are the most expensive letters in the world. Time. Nobody has enough of it, and so it seems. And it's so precious. But that's what Christ wants. And if we're not willing to give him our time, first and foremost, to make sure he gets his time every day, then we're going to spend time on frivolous things all day long. If Christ, the most important thing in the universe, and heaven, the most important goal in the universe, if that is not our focus, and first and foremost focus of the day, then our priorities are out of whack to begin with. So how in the world can we hope to have everything else fall into place? No, we have to be willing to give the Lord our time. And that's the second step, to begin to give the Lord our time. We don't run right away, right? We heard that in the seminary that the most important thing you can do in a day is do a holy hour. And I started hearing that pretty quickly in seminary when I was there. But that was difficult. It was difficult for me because I came from a situation in college where I never spent any time in prayer. The best that I could say I did was, sit in the pew at Mass on Sunday. That was my prayer. That was it. So to go from that to a situation where they want me to pray an hour a day, what are you talking about? Right? So this is a slow deal. And we have to build this up. So my suggestion for this second day is to aim at giving the Lord 2 minutes of time. Remember, we're crawling. And in these first few days, it is the most difficult. So if you bite off more than you can chew, you'll fail. Because it becomes a struggle of about time. And that's the other thing. Don't put your watch. Don't set your watch. I got to give at least 2 minutes. Boom, there we go. This isn't running, right? This isn't that kind of a goal. If we make it into that, then it becomes not about Christ, but it becomes about goals itself. Once again, the focus becomes out of whack. We have to keep the focus on Christ. I'm going to give Christ 2 minutes of my time this morning. What does that 2 minutes mean? It means that I am going to give him these first precious moments of my day. I know that's difficult, or it can be difficult, especially for your moms and dads. right? My nieces and nephews, one set of them is pretty good about sleeping in. Well, two sets of them, three sets of them are pretty good about sleeping in. But one set of them likes to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Right? So mom and dad, when they get up, boom, things are moving right away. So I get it can be difficult. But hold on to it. Hold on to that time. Strap the kids down in the chair at the breakfast table, whatever. When they're eating, take a moment and just reflect. And it doesn't have to be perfect prayer. It doesn't have to be pretty prayer. It can just be something as simple as, God, save me today. Keep me from killing my kids. You know, God, just help me today to get through today. Fine. Talk with him. That's what he wants. Just a conversation with him, even if it has to be short. But that's how we start. We focus our day on him, and then we give him this time in prayer. So day 2, give the Lord 2 minutes in prayer today. And we'll build on that as we go.